Okay, and we're here a few days before a really exciting time. You're going to be opening the Atlantis exhibit. It's been a long time in the coming, but can you tell us, let's go back a little bit to the early days of the Space Center, moving up to this point. What was the original intent in those early days, and how has it morphed as technology in the space program has changed?
Well, the shuttle's really the sort of culmination of the current manned space program as we morph into flying Orion, and so the Space Shuttle is very, very unique in that it carried a lot of cargo and a lot of people that historically we weren't able to do. And so with the Space Shuttle, it did some amazing things. So part of the thinking was always, we have other space-flown capsules here. We're very fortunate to have parts of every part of the manned space program history today. And so we wanted to share the entire history of the manned space program. And when we got to the shuttle, it was a little different because it was bigger. And we weren't sure we were going to get one because it was a competitive process. So the fact that we have one today, and the fact that we were able to tell the story, we really wanted to tell it in a very compelling way. So we got to thinking about all the people who flew shuttles and work on the International Space Station even today. And so let's show it the way they see it. And let's figure out how we can show it in the most compelling and intriguing way we can. So we came up with this image that you see behind you here of the Space Shuttle suspended in flight as though she was approaching or leaving the International Space Station. The payload bay doors are open, the K-band antenna is out so they can communicate back here on Earth, and the kinetic arm's out so it was working and putting the satellite out. And I think so far, when we've had people come in to see it for rehearsals and whatnot, they've been blown away by that.
And you've had the Space Shuttle experience that they can ride. Excuse me, how do you think this ties in kind of to really bringing that to life? They get the simulation, now they get to see real life.
When we originally started thinking about the building, we had them as two separate places. We were going to take the shuttle launch experience here, and we thought, well, we'll go some other place on the campus and put in the shuttle itself. And the more we thought about it, it made all the sense in the world to be able to ride a shuttle as close as any of us are going to get, and then show the real shuttle right next to it. So today, having those side by side, it feels very natural to us, and it feels like we have a tremendous amount of material that really explains the shuttle and also shows it in this really dramatic way, so that people can feel like what it feels like to ride a shuttle. They can go up and see the size of it. It makes, in many ways, I think it makes the shuttle launch experience be much more real, because now instead of imagining that little bitty thing out in the pad that you see from miles away, you're like, holy cow, that's a big piece of equipment. I wonder what it'd be like to sit in that cockpit that you can see from right when you come out of the theater to look at it. Put all that together, that's a pretty compelling story.
It really is. It really brings it to life. And then just to toss in one other thing so people don't think this is all you can do here, you've got a lot. And can you speak a little bit about your previous latest edition, which is Angry Birds, which the kids all go crazy for?
Part of our mission is to really keep people engaged, and we have a lot of sort of casual learning that you can do when you're around here, but we're also in the most competitive marketplace in the world. We have big neighbors to our west that do some amazing things, and so we like to appeal to the whole family. And as you look at your product, you think about what can we do a little differently. Angry Birds had two things going for it. One, everybody was playing with it. You see people on business meetings and, they're bored, so they take out Angry Birds and play. You see young people playing, you see older people playing it. And so when you think about that, it cuts across generations. And then, lo and behold, it has space connections. So when Angry Birds Space started to come out, we went, wow, what a unique way to link up a very popular mainstream application, if you will, to the fact that we can teach people about orbital mechanics and gravity and those very cool things in a very fun way. So it's perfect for us. The other things we tried to do, over the years we've started periodically adding big attractions. So we started with the Saturn V Center, which was 97, opened it up to rave reviews, and then along comes the shuttle launch experience, and then here comes the Shuttle Atlantis exhibit. And everyone's gotten a little bigger and a little bolder and a little more interactive. And interactive is really where the goal is today. So as we walk around Explorers 1, in which we have interactivity in the air, and we talk about the future of space, the future of man, we all want to go somewhere. Man built to explore. And so the space station's a great sort of laboratory that floats up there in space every day. But the reality is all of this back as far as we can all remember, think about other planets we could go, what's out there. And the Hubble, which is part of the shuttle experience here, really engages you further because you see these amazing pictures and you're like, well, how do we put all that together? And so the ability to go in and talk about the future of space that explorers wanted, come over here and see the shuttle, and we have over 60 different interactive exhibits. So you watch people of all ages. What's it like to float out there in the space station and do something around? What's it like to try to dock with a moving object at 17,500 miles an hour? It becomes pretty intriguing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with us.
Thanks for coming to see it. What'd you think?
I loved it. I saw that shuttle when it was in bubble wrap. I saw it now, and I have to say, blown away.
Well, when we watch the guests come out, that's really the highlight because, you know, as somebody who's been in this business a long time, the toughest critics are really the visitors. When they come out clapping and applauding and crying, you're like, that's really cool.
Yeah,
and you really like that they were kind enough to give you the compliments that you did a good job. I saw an astronaut last night on the way out that said, you know what, that's as close as you can get without being in space. And so when you put those together, you're like, okay, maybe we did okay.
Yep,
and hopefully people will come to see it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.